This is Malin Jasinski and Matthew Klaus's project for a sustainable place, and we like to call this place M&M Town. We need food to survive. Anyone will die within a week if not eating any food, plus we get a lot of energy and nutrients to get us through the day. The way we produce food, the environment surrounding us, and the technology involved are all huge issues affecting the food production. The chemicals that go on crops, the climate change, and assembly lines in factories are all hurting the environment and the food. In order to minimize those impacts, each home, apartment, and store will have their own garden. It won't be more than 5x5 to save space, and it will also allow everyone to have their own food. There will be no chemicals to enhance the growing process so that it doesn't hurt the individual food. The Clean Crop Product Act will make sure there will be no chemicals in the crops. Each crop will be picked and washed so that there will be no big technology involved saving the environment. We need food.
We need recycling in our city because it not only helps the environment, but it also can help us in the future. It is important to our survival because if we have an unhealthy environment, we could all die. Our future generations will get more sick if we aren't safe. We get a healthy and happy lifestyle. Some of the biggest impacts of littering are soil pollution, water pollution, and worst of all, potentially killing animals. People are careless and lazy when it comes to littering because they either don't have a trash can nearby or they don't know what it's doing to the environment. And in order to stop littering and increase recycling rates, we are going to place a trash can every 30 feet. Based on a study in Disneyland, California, Walt Disney discovered that people on average will go 30 feet and have to throw away a piece of trash. Each bin will have separate storage container for specific kinds of trash, recyclables, and food. By doing this, it will solve the problem of soil and water pollution. The Clean Garbage Committee will check each day to see if garbage is being disposed correctly. They will also take care of the community park so that the people are able to enjoy the environment and surroundings. We are going to create the green building effect in our homes by having a passive solar design built into all buildings and homes. There will be overhanging roofs to lessen the use of electricity for heating and cooling, and when the sun is lower or winter time, the solar panels will be able to store the energy and heat from the sun.
We need efficient water systems, and especially sewer systems, everywhere so that we can have a healthy cycle of functioning water. Water systems are important because they can be used in many different ways, whether it's drinking, washing clothes, or cleaning the toilet after using it. We get to have a clean and functioning home. Some of the biggest impacts of having a poor water system include sedimentation, pollution, climate change, deforestation, and urban growth. The way we are going to make our city get clean water systems is first, direct sewage pipes to go straight underground so that we don't have to use up a lot of land area. Second, we are going to put a specific type of motion sensor on every water system, such as shower heads, faucets, hoses, etc., so that there is no water going to be wasted. The faucets will turn off if there is no motion or need for water. The Water Reduction Act will enforce and check if every pipe is marked with it. The Water Reduction Act will also enforce the drip irrigation technique to all farmers. The water will go directly into the roots of the plants, hence reducing the evaporation of water. Lastly, we will have a gray water storage tank near every household or group of households that allow for reuse of water and getting the most out of every drop.
We need transportation for many reasons, whether that be moving goods or people. It is important to have transportation so that we can move and interact on a daily basis. We get to go places in a much easier fashion than the old days. The biggest impacts of transportation are air pollution, climate change, and money. Everyone is responsible for these because everyone uses transportation. The first way we are fixing air pollution with transportation is switching to electric cars. These electric cars will have charging stations all over the city, and in doing so, they will be in place of taxi cabs. The use of public transportation would benefit the city greatly by reducing the number of vehicles on the road at a time as well. These public transportation vehicles will include a new technology, mainly in China, called maglev railway system, and electric buses. This system specializes in building more up and not out, which is exactly what we want in our city. We are hoping that we take away individual car users by placing trains that stop near every business store. Along with convenient trips, we are going to make the ticket prices so low that riders save money instead of paying for gas, time, etc.
There are many different forms of energy, such as energy to heat, energy to cool, energy to power a machine, or even energy to keep us humans alive. Energy is very important in a city/environment because it is the only thing that keeps the world circling. Some of the biggest impacts of energy include fossil fuels to generate, pollution to produce, and habitat loss to acquire. People are responsible for this because we keep using this energy selfishly instead of thinking about what it is doing to the environment. The best way for our city to save energy is to use renewable energy. We will be placing solar panels on every rooftop of our city. This will allow our citizens to be using safe and clean energy without hurting the environment. On top of solar panels, we will create a wind turbine system to generate even more safe and healthy energy without hurting the environment. By using these strategies, we will stop all pollution being generated by power plants. We will also decrease in habitat loss to generate our energy because we won't be using any more land than we already have. Even though this may cost a lot now, it will benefit future generations living in a clean and safe environment.
Our city will have many ways to get around, including our electric cabs, buses, and the new railway. This will cause much less use of automobiles in the city. People will use these daily, and the train will have specific spots that stop near almost all businesses, stores, and homes. Our plan encourages activity throughout the city as well. Our citizens will be active by checking their gardens daily, talking to their neighbors, taking a stroll in the park, and even talking with other individuals on the railway. Our citizens will live a very healthy lifestyle because they will be eating the right foods, recycling the right trash, and moving from place to place on a consistent basis. The city will need to provide roads, public transportation, sewer services, electricity, water, garbage disposal, educational buildings, ambulance/emergency, health services, and recreational sites and care. We feel as though with our city, we are able to prosper in not only this year, but many years to come. With our new systems and services, we feel as though our city is going to be able to help people and environment in many ways. We are going to save pollution such as air, water, and soil, but with that, also time, money, and services people would have to perform normally. We think a very well-rounded city shouldn't have any main benefits, but positives in all areas of usage.